My life's a story before me, and I'll try and find a way to be free finally. I'll reach the new world. The game has only just begun. I can see it in your eyes. This is where tomorrow brings a new game. It's time to learn the pain is gain. Ready, fight!
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Bowser Jr. Fan 13 here, and today we're back at it again with another top 10. Now, if you guys may have remembered, I've already made a video on my top 10 favorite video game villains. You can go check that out if you want, links in the description below. But for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite video game heroes. Now, when it comes to video game characters, I love the villains as much as anyone else would, but personally, when it comes between them and the heroes, I'm always on the hero side. Like, I've always have a thing for heroes. Like, I appreciate them more than the villains. Probably it's because, maybe it's because of the way I was raised, or because of my good, kind-hearted nature, is why I love heroes more than villains. But I digress. Anyways, so I'm going to be making a list of all my favorite heroes, and there will be a lot of honorable mentions. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into this action, shall we? Number 10, Red from Pokemon. Now this one may be a shocker, but here's something cool about Red. He may just be your average Pokemon trainer, but when he started his journey when he was 11 years old, he'd done many things that not a lot of trainers have thought of doing. He not only defeated all of the gym leaders and beat the Elite Four and the champion, thus becoming the champion himself, he captured all 151 Pokemon as well. I mean, yes, technically there's more Pokemon now, but whatever. Anyways, but not only that, throughout his heroic acts, he basically does this, like, throughout his whole journey, no matter what happens. Like, the time he was in Lavender Town and he calmed the ghost, which was the dead mother of the Cubone, and when he saved Silphco, done a bunch of side quests to save a bunch of characters, like turning Bill back into a human, and plus he's even taken down Team Rocket. Like, just think about it, a 11-year-old child taking down a criminal organization. That is insane and cool. And Red, of course, shares his trust and bonds within his Pokemon, and no wonder why they're so loyal to him, though it's kind of weird how Red can basically command his Pokemon in the battles, yet we never hear this guy talk. It's kind of strange how he can basically do things without talking, but hey, I mean, that's a legendary trainer for you. Huh. Number 9, Ryu from Street Fighter. Okay, I've already talked about Ryu in my top 10 favorite Street Fighter characters video, but I'll just give you a quick summary of this character. Alright, so Ryu was an orphan who was abandoned by his parents when he was a child, but luckily he was adopted by one of the greatest martial artists, Gouken, and was learned the Atsatsuken, or the Assassination's Fist. He trained with Gouken along with his best friend Ken Masters, and they became the greatest warriors of all time. And Ryu took this opportunity to go compete in a tournament, and he defeated the champion of Thailand, Sagat. But of course he finds that his master was killed by Akuma, and he chases down Akuma to avenge his master. Like, not in an act of revenge, but just to, I don't know, probably to find answers on why he did this, or just to stop their conflict or something like that. Plus, Ryu is trying to fight off his dark side, the Satsui no Hado, which I don't know how he got it, but he's just trying to fight it off. And of course, when it comes to his heroic acts, like, no matter where he goes, he's always helping out the other heroes like Chun-Li and Guile and a few other characters defeat a bunch of villains, especially M. Bison. Ryu is just an overall calm and amazing guy, and plus, I've already talked about his attacks and powers. They're all pretty amazing.
This is the path of my destiny!
Number 8, Morrigan Ansland. This beautiful succubus is no joke to anyone. you've already know that she's one of my favorite characters in my top 10 favorite Darkstalkers video. Anyways, Morrigan, she is the daughter of a man named Belial, who was the ruler of the Dark Kingdom of Makai, but he passed away, and now he has to have her rule over the land while he's gone. But Morrigan, she's not into royalty. She just constantly abandoned her duties as queen so that she can go and look for excitement. I mean, hey, like I said before, I know living a royal luxury life isn't all that exciting, but hey, we all have our duties to fulfill. But anyways, Morrigan, she may be one of the most seductive characters and one of the most weirdest ones, because she likes to steal people's souls just for some taste or something like that. But she's more of an anti-hero, but most of her actions are mostly heroic things than bad things. And I like how Morrigan just helps out the heroes regardless of what they do, especially like when she helps take down big bad villains like Pyron or Jetta.
You're in for the night of your life.
Number 7, Ragna the Blood Edge from Blazblue. I've already talked about Ragna in my top 10 favorite Blazblue characters, and I've went through a big summary between this character, but I'll just summarize it as quick as I can. Alright, so in summary, Ragna was a kid and he was taking care of his little sister Saya, who was sick, and his brother Jin got jealous and he was manipulated by some villain named Terami, who told Jin to cut off Ragna's arm and stab him, and they also burned down the town and killed the nun that was raising them. So as Ragna was dying, he was saved by Rachel Alucard, who gives him the Azure Grimoire to replace his arm. Jubei, one of the 6 heroes who also raised Ragna, decided to train him and teach him how to use his Azure Grimoire. So Ragna now becomes the Grim Reaper and steals people's souls, even though he doesn't really do that anymore. He just now helps anybody, and he's just an overall nice guy, even though sometimes he could be a jerk. But man, he's super unlucky because the NOL, aka the Novus Orvis Librarium, or the library, they're basically this government that runs everything, and they have it out for Ragna because they're enemies, but they put a whole bounty on him for a crap load of money, and everybody is after Ragna either for his bounty, or they just want to take his Azure Grimoire, or they just hate him in general, or just want to screw with his mind and give him hell. Like, the majority of the cast, they hate Ragna, especially his brother Jin. And I feel bad for Ragna that he has to put up with everything that the cast just throws at him. Though, not everyone is bad to Ragna. There are a few characters who are like actually nice and chill to Ragna, like Jubei, as I said before, Rachel to some extent, Tao, Landa, and of course Celica. So, Ragna overall, he may be a jerk sometimes, and he may be busy doing whatever he wants to do, but no matter what's the case, he'll sometimes rise up to defeat big bad villains or save people that he cares about.
This is the power of the Azure. My power.
Number 6, Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. I've already talked about this character too in my top 10 favorite Resident Evil characters, but anyways, Leon is my favorite character in the Resident Evil series, and I'll tell you why. So, even though I said Ragna was super unlucky, Leon is the one who's super lucky. So he starts out as a rookie cop, and he was told not to come to Raccoon City because of some incident, but he just goes there anyways. And he immediately gets caught into a zombie outbreak, and he has to survive this whole thing alongside Claire Redfield. But after they went through all that crazy stuff, Leon was tracked down by the United States government, and they took him in for answers and found out what he did. So they said that he has the skills that they were looking for, so he got promoted to being an official United States government agent working for the president, nonetheless. And I know this may sound crazy, and you may think that I'm making this up, but I wish I was making this up because I don't know how any of this is real. But Anyways, Leon's first mission in Resident Evil 4 is a rescue mission where he has to rescue the president's daughter, Ashley, from the Los Illuminados and Osmond Sadler. And they went through that crazy hell of an adventure, and it was amazing. And then he gets in more crazy shenanigans in Darkside Chronicles, Resident Evil 6, Vendetta, Damnation, and all the other games, Infinite Darkness, or whatever movies that he's featured in and stuff like that. Leon is just an overall badass and a super cool guy that I would love to hang out with. Well, we wouldn't be hanging out that much, but I would love to have him come and save me in one of his missions.
I don't know. But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes. As long as we stick together, we'll be fine.
Number 5. Dante from Devil May Cry. Now, if there's one thing you should know about me, I love edgy, badass characters, because they're just so cool and so awesome. Like, they be constantly doing, like, stuff that is just so outrageously awesome and in their own style, yet they still act heroic and stuff. So, I haven't really talked about Dante that much in my video, so I'll go ahead and explain what his deal is. So Dante is a half-human, half-demon, raised by a legendary demon hero named Sparta, and his mother, who was a human named Eva. He was born alongside his brother Virgil, and they were a happy family. Until Sparta disappeared and he was presumed dead, then a bunch of demons started hunting down his family in an act of revenge. Eva sacrificed herself to protect her boys at the cost of her life. So Dante and Virgil became orphans and they grew distant to each other. Virgil wanted to go to the demon world after their parents' death so that he can basically inherit his demon side and become an all-powerful god or something like that. Dante, on the other hand, embraced his human half, and after the death of their mother, he became a demon hunter to hunt down the demons responsible for all this, so he could become a hero just like his father. Dante may not act heroic at most times because most of the times he's just goofing off or acting silly or cracking jokes, but we love him for that. That's what makes him so cool. I love his guns and his sword. He also has the power to use his devil trigger, which he turns into like a demon half of himself, and it's pretty amazing. But overall, Dante is just an outrageous badass character that I can respect.
Let's rock, baby!
Number 4, Mega Man X. Now, out of all the Mega Man characters that I like, Mega Man X, he's not my number 1 favorite character, but he is, without a doubt, one of my most favorite heroes in the series. X was created by Dr. Light, and he was supposed to be sealed away for 100 years, and he was discovered by Dr. Kane as the first Reploid who existed in this world. A Reploid is basically a robot that basically thinks, feel, and grow like humans. So Dr. Kane made a bunch of Reploids based off of X, some of them including Sigma, and anyways, as they were going through missions and stuff and becoming maverick hunters, hunting down robots that are criminals or basically gone haywire and stuff, X is more of a B-class hunter because he's more of a pacifist and he doesn't really like fighting that much. Unlike his partner Zero, who joins the Maverick Hunters and is an A-class hunter. But after a little incident between Zero and Sigma, Sigma became the bad guy and started to rebel against humans and wage war against humanity. I apologize for that. Anyways, so X decides to take it upon himself to stand up to Sigma and defeat him and stop the war. And even though Sigma constantly comes back, X is always ready for battle. I love X's X-Buster. It's more powerful than classic Mega Man. Like, X is supposed to be better than Mega Man in every way, shape, or form. But he also has a large variety of weapons too, and armors. X is just overall amazing. That's all I can say about him.
We're not the same as humans, but we can coexist with them.
Number 3, Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. Cloud is without a doubt one of my most favorite Final Fantasy characters throughout the whole entire series. Alright, so his childhood is a little bit weird and crazy, but I'll try to explain it the best way I can. So, Cloud, when he was a kid, he wanted to join Shinra to become a soldier, just like his hero Sephiroth. But even though he never made it into soldier because he was a low grunt, he made friends with a soldier named Zack, and things were pretty well. Until the Nibelheim incident where Sephiroth found out the truth about him, and basically Sephiroth decides to burn down the whole town and kill a bunch of people, including Cloud's mom and Tifa's dad. So Zack tried to stop Sephiroth but couldn't, but Cloud was able to throw him into the live stream, but he was weakened, and then he was experimented on by Hojo. So Zack decides to put him in a soldier uniform and protect him, but after his death, he gave Cloud the Buster Sword so that he can take on Zack's legacy. So then, because of the Mako poisoning in Cloud's mind, his memories were altered, thinking that he did make it into soldier. But anyways, after his mind was repaired by Tifa, he decides to help other characters and save the planet from Sephiroth. He's very friendly to Aerith, who he meets in the Church of Midgar. And even though Cloud defeats Sephiroth during the meteor incident, there was another incident that happened with a disease called whatever, I forgot what it was called, I'm sorry. But anyways, he manages to get cured of the disease, and he also helps all the other children who were infected, and he defeats Sephiroth once again. Cloud is just amazing, edgy, and cool, and without a doubt one of the best characters in Final Fantasy history.
Stay where you belong. In my memories.
Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I said, I love edgy and cool characters, but even though Sonic is not a badass, he's still fun and cool. Anyways, Sonic's origins are completely unknown, other than he's just a blue hedgehog who loves running fast, he has a cool attitude, and he loves chili dogs. That's all I could say about him. But he's also a really good hero. What makes him a hero is that he saved Mobius and all the animals that were imprisoned by Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, and he would constantly save the world from Eggman from time to time. And he would also meet a bunch of friends like Tails, Knuckles, Amy, etc. So Sonic, he's very powerful. He has the power to use the Chaos Emeralds. He can use his super speed in certain situations to fix some problems. But he's more of a actions first, then talk later, something like that. But he's still an overall good character to enjoy. He was a very popular character back in the 90s, and in today's time, he's doing okay. But even though times are rough for a blue little hedgehog, Sonic always puts a smile on my heart, and I'm totally looking forward to the second movie too, by the way.
Hey, we should do this again sometime.
Okay, so before we get to my number 1 pick on the list, as always, you know the drill. Here are the honorable mentions, but we're gonna do this quickly because I have a lot of characters on the honorable mentions, so let's get this over with. Luigi, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong from Mario. Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, Silver from Sonic. Classic Mega Man, Proto Man, Roll, Zero, Axel, Mega Man series. Agent 3, Splatoon. Kirby and Meta Knight, Kirby. Fox, Falco, Peppy, and Slippy, Star Fox. The Fun Gang, continuing of Chris, Susie, and Ralsei, Deltarune. Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, Cammy, Street Fighter. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya, Jax, Johnny Cage, Raiden, Kitana, Takeda, Mortal Kombat series. Cecil Harvey, Final Fantasy IV. Bart's Clawser, Final Fantasy V. Tara Branford, Final Fantasy VI. Squall Leonhardt, Final Fantasy VIII. Zidane Treble, Final Fantasy IX. Lightning Claire Farron, Final Fantasy XIII. Claire Redfield, Chris Redfield, and Jill Valentine, Resident Evil. Jin Kazama, Tekken. Felicia, John Talbane, Cienko, Donovan, Dimitri, Darkstalkers. Sora, Kingdom Hearts. Jin, Noelle, Rachel, Tao, Lychee, Celica, Bang, Jubei, Blazblue series. Joker, Persona 5. Yu Narukami, Persona 4. Hyde and Lene, Under Night in Birth. Yumi, Shinran Kagura. Link and Zelda, The Legend of Zelda. Samus Aran, Metroid. Ness and Lucas, Earthbound, or the Mother series if you're from Japan. Bayonetta, Bayonetta series. Nero, Devil May Cry. Whew, well, that was a lot of honorable mentions, wasn't it? Alright, so it's finally time to get to my number one pick, which I think you all know who it is. Number 1, Super Mario. Now, there aren't too many heroic attributes that make Mario a hero, but he is a hero in his own unique way. I mean, I don't know how an Italian plumber is a hero, but even though it's ridiculous, the character is still enjoyable overall. His heroicness basically comes from him basically being brave and trying to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser. I mean, come to think of it, he's been saving Princess Peach and the Mushroom Kingdom for years to come, and he's been doing it from time to time with different styles in different games, but still, I guess Mario doesn't get tired of this daily routine that he does every single day. But whenever he's not, like, saving the princess, he's also inviting his friends and enemies to playing some sports like go-kart racing, tennis, baseball, golf, etc. Or even having a party by playing board games. Overall, Mario is a pretty amazing character. His fighting style, even though he doesn't really punch and kick that much in his games, like, he does via Super Smash Bros. Since that is a fighting game, and it has to be one of the best fighting games that Mario has been featured in. But anyways, overall, Mario is just super fun, super amazing, super heroic, and he's super enjoyable regardless of his tropes and traits. So Mario is my number one favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
And that is all we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. What did you think of my list? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments down below who is your favorite video game hero, and I'll see you guys next time. So, you know the drill. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and yeah. Peace out, everyone.